Hi, and thank you for joining me for this video. So today we're taking a closer look at Decathlon's Quechua camp bed air. Now you can purchase this camp bed here in the UK currently for £79.99. Now the camp bed itself comes in a really well-made drawstring storage bag. It also has a handle on for easy carrying. The storage bag itself is actually made out of polyester. It does have a little bit of information on the camp bed on the front. Now when it comes to the size of this camp bed, the length comes in at around 70 centimeters and the width comes in at around 14 centimeters. Now with regards to the packed weight, that comes in at 3.9 kilograms. So it's certainly not light. In saying that, this camp bed, because of the weight and the size, this would be better suited to car and motorcycle overlanding, where you can drive straight up to where you're camping. I wouldn't recommend this for backpacking. But listen, let's get this camp bed out so we can take a closer look. So before we have a good look at this camp bed, I just wanted to mention on the inside of your storage bag, you do have some instructions which are actually sewn to the inside of your storage bag so you won't lose them. And basically the instructions are just showing you how to assemble and how to inflate your camp bed correctly, but then also how to deflate your camp bed and also how to pack it away correctly. So what I absolutely love about this camp bed is that there's hardly any assembly. All you have to do to start is roll your camp bed right out like this, and then there is a valve on the end which we need to connect. So connecting this valve to your camp bed is really easy. First of all, make sure that the cap to your valve is undone, and then take the main part of your valve and just screw it straight into the base of your camp bed. It goes in nice and easily, and there you go, that's already done. All that's left to do is to start inflating our camp bed. Now when it comes to inflating your camp bed, they do recommend, and they actually stated on the side of your camp bed, that you inflate this camp bed to 6 psi or 0.4 bar. Now you can use whatever pump you want. I'm just using this pump, but it is important that your pump has a gauge on. This pump actually has a gauge right at the top of the handle, and basically that's going to tell you when you've reached the correct pressure. Right, let's start inflating our camp bed. So there you go, fully inflated. It really doesn't take very long to inflate this camp bed. You can normally do it under a minute. Right, now just a word on the valve on this camp bed. It is a one-way valve. So if you are inflating your camp bed and your pump comes away from the valve, you won't have any air leaking back out. Just simply connect your pump back to your valve and carry on inflating. So first impressions, now this camp bed is fully inflated, I think it looks fantastic. It just comes in these colors, which are classed as a teal blue, a cappuccino beige, and then the straps on the corners and the slats are like a reddy brown color. Now the main fabric of this camp bed is made out of polyester. However, the slats are made from a thermal plastic polyurethane. Now you don't get a mattress when you purchase this camp bed. You will have to buy one separately. You can buy one from Decathlon, or you can buy it from somewhere else, or you could perhaps use one of your own mattresses. However, you need to ensure that the mattress you're using fits this camp bed. Bringing us onto the size of this camp bed, the length of the camp bed comes in at 200 centimeters. The width comes in at 70 centimeters, and then the height of the camp bed from the ground to the highest part comes in at 25 centimeters. Now this camp bed does have a maximum user weight, which is 110 kilograms or 17 stone 4 pound or 242 pound. So it is more than strong enough to support most people. What I also love about this camp bed is that it has some great features. First of all, the base of this camp bed is hollow, so you can store stuff underneath. You can either lift the camp bed up because it's really light, and just push stuff underneath. Or the slats are wide enough that you could push some stuff between the slats to store. Now, Decathlon also sell the exact same camp bed, but with a couple of differences. One, they've sort of sewn a pocket on the side, but secondly, they've made it that all these slats can actually lift up together. So it makes access into the base a lot easier. I don't know how much that version of this camp bed costs, but to be honest, apart from those two changes, it's exactly the same camp bed. The other things I really like on this camp bed is you do get a strap on each corner to help keep your mattress in place so you don't move around when you're trying to sleep. Now, you can buy a second one of these camp beds, and they can be connected together, because on the corners here you do have some straps. You have one this end and you have another strap that end, and they will just connect directly to a second one of these camp beds. You can then still use individual mattresses, or you can buy a nice big double mattress for you and your partner, or perhaps you just want a little bit of extra room. So when it comes to what mattress I personally use for this camp bed, I use Decathlon's Quechua Ultimate Comfort mattress. I absolutely love this mattress, super comfortable, and I have to say it goes hand in hand with this camp bed. Now, if you are interested in this mattress, in my next video I will be having a good look at this mattress and telling you everything you need to know. So make sure you watch my next video where, as I say, we have a good look at this mattress. Right, I'm going to get this mattress out, get it onto this camp bed so you can see what this camp bed looks like with a mattress on. So that's the mattress connected to the camp bed air base. Obviously those straps over the corner so the mattress doesn't move around when you're using it. Also, don't forget you can get a second camp bed air base, connect them together, and then put on a double mattress. All that's left to do is then put on your sleeping bag and an inflatable pillow, or perhaps you're going to take your duvet and some pillows from home for some extra comfort. So there you go, Decathlon's Quechua Camp Bed Air. I absolutely love this camp bed, and I have to say I've owned it for about 2 years now and I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. Now, if you do choose to buy this camp bed from Decathlon, you will get a 5-year warranty, which is always good to have. Assembly, really easy on this camp bed. Inflation, really quick. Super comfortable. I have to say, since I've been using this camp bed, I always get a great night's sleep. I also used to suffer with a bad back sometimes when I was camping, and since using this camp bed, I don't get a bad back. Funny enough, online, there's a few people also saying the same thing, that they used to suffer with a bad back occasionally when camping, but since using this camp bed, they no longer have a bad back. So if you do suffer with a bad back, this camp bed could be the one for you. Now, as I say, so many great features on this camp bed. Is there anything I don't like about it? Well, there is only one thing, and that is the size of the storage bag. It is a little on the small side, and unless you deflate this camp bed 100% and unless you roll it up completely perfectly, it just won't go into the storage bag. So yeah, Decathlon, you know, if you could make the storage bag a bit bigger, that would certainly make life a lot easier. But listen, that's it from me for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, it is completely free to subscribe. And lastly, don't forget, turn on that notification bell, so every time I upload a new video, you will be informed. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.